Hey guys, happy Halloween. Today's Halloween in Korea, so October 31st, obviously. My voice is, it's like the first time in my life that my voice is actually kind of straining, so a little bit concerned. Hopefully, I'm not getting sick or anything, but I'm not really worried because I brought a lot of like pills from back home, like Advil, Codefex, Tylenol, what have you. Um, today's video is pretty much just like my fourth video about Halloween, but this is about Halloween in the classroom. So, people in Korea or in Seoul at least know what Halloween is. They think of it as an American holiday, and I actually thought Halloween was celebrated everywhere until like it got to here. And apparently, my Australian friends don't celebrate it. It's not too big everywhere. I feel like it's a really North American thing. Maybe in the UK too, maybe, but it's not really anywhere else. So I just want to talk about how we could do Halloween in the classroom, and if you do celebrate or if you ever did when you're a kid, I think it's really fun to bring it to your classroom. So pretty much what I did was I instead of doing the Halloween lecture where I just talked about Halloween and whatnot, I actually did a Halloween party. But I didn't think the kids should just get a party just because it's Halloween. They should get it if they deserve it. So I actually, a month in advance, I actually created a battle of the classes. So pretty much it's kind of like a racehorse track, but each of them is like a symbol of Canada because I'm from Canada. So it's like a beaver, a maple leaf, a nyukshuk, a loony, a loon, an orc. I think an orca, which isn't really a symbol of Canada, but it's a Canadian thing. So I have 9 classes, so each class represented a symbol of Canada. So I started over here, and in every class, I would ask at the end if they felt they were good, great, or awesome. So obviously, kids would always say awesome. So if they did say that, I would test them on their knowledge. So I would be like, oh, so I asked them a question about what we learned today and see what they can give back. And if they were listening or whatnot, I would move them forward to awesome, which is 3 spaces, great, 2 spaces, 1 is good. And if the class is bad, which they usually know because we end up lecturing them, they actually move back a spot. And I've talked about my class 559 before, which was like a really bad class. I've actually taken them out of the race before because someone told me last week, who's also an educator in Seoul for English, said that prizes are great, but the kids shouldn't expect prizes. They should only get them if they deserve them. So I really do believe in that. So pretty much 3 of my classes, the first 3 to the end, got a Halloween party. So for Halloween party, I know some of my friends told their class like the history of Halloween, like where it came from, like why it's actually a scary holiday. But I mean, my kids are young; they're like 10 or 11 or 12. So I just kind of want to make it fun. Like I personally don't know that much history about the actual Halloween, except like jack-o'-lanterns are actually people's heads or like stuff like that, like kind of scary stuff. But I mean, like I don't really want to scare my kids. I want to make it fun for them. And I feel like if I make it scary, I would have to rely on my co-teacher to translate a lot. So I was like, I'm just gonna have a fun class. So 3 of my classes got a Halloween party. So the first thing I did was I decorated the classroom actually last week just for the anticipation of it. So the other classes would be like, oh, like I wish we got the party. So maybe next month for the next party, they will work harder for it. I also decorated the outside of my classroom so people other students in the school can see what's going on, kind of curious and stuff. So pretty much I started class by showing a few videos. So I showed one of those screamer videos where like you follow the red ball through a maze, but then it eventually goes to a scream, like a ghost pops up and screams at you. And then I showed them, like I asked them if they knew what a haunted house it was, and most of their theme parks here, like Lotte World and Everland, do have like haunted houses where you pay to go in to get someone to scare you. Something that I'm personally not a fan of. Like I'm honestly like the biggest wussy out there. So I didn't want to show them, like I would have loved to create a haunted house in my classroom, but obviously it wasn't really possible. So I showed them, I wanted to keep it lighthearted. So I also after I showed them the Screamer video. So I also showed them Ellen DeGeneres on YouTube has a bunch of like videos where she sends her writers through haunted houses. So I said that because it showed the scary part of haunted houses, but kind of made it funny as well for the kids, just to keep it lighthearted. And then after I did like a very brief PowerPoint about like basic Halloween facts. This was also to like, garner points for teams, just so like every kid does get a little chocolate treat at the end of class, but then the best team would get like, a bigger chocolate too. So I taught them like basic vocab, trick or treat phrase, like trick or treat, smell my feet, give me something good to eat, like the words like zombie and vampire, stuff like that. And then also, what else did I do? And after that, I played some games. So I did like pin the nose on a jack-o'-lantern, which was like hilarious for them because I don't think they play pin the tail on the donkey here. So I cut out some jack-o'-lanterns in my classroom. And then after I actually, this is a basic game. So I have 7 teams in each class. So I pretty much bought 7 balloons, pretty easy, blew them up, I just played games with them. So we did relays. So one of them was, put it between your neck and arm and pass it to your teammates back and forth. One of them like over and under. Just a bunch of silly games, nothing too crazy. And then after that, I did trick or treat, but I kind of did it with a good twist. So I didn't want the kids to just get chocolate. They had to do something kind of silly and kind of fun and practice their English too. So pretty much I told them that in Canada we do trick or treat where I give them a treat, the chocolate, if they do a trick for me. So pretty much I was sitting in front of the class, and then each student will come up, and then they would have to say trick or treat, and they pull a piece of paper out of a hat, and in the hat is a trick. So they weren't like that bad or traumatizing. They were like, jump 20 times, sing the ABCs, run around the classroom, do jumping jacks, scream, do the Gangnam Style dance. And the funny thing about that, it was actually kind of sad because one of them was do Gangnam Style, or do Gangnam Style dance. And some kids who got it, they were too shy to do it, and they'd rather not do it and not get the candy than do it and get the candy. So eventually I sneaked them the candy anyways. But I felt kind of bad. I mean, it's not, I don't want to embarrass them, but I guess it kind of did. And also while each student came up to me and do that, last week I spent like an hour, really quick, to cut a few pumpkins. So they're like orange pumpkins this big. They're just blank face. And I got the kids to decorate them because I obviously couldn't get like 90 pumpkins for these 3 classes that won the prize. So it's just kind of nice for them to like decorate, have some like creative, like, I don't know, experience Halloween in some kind of way. And I made them stick it up on the wall as well. And then, so that's pretty much my Halloween class. It was 40 minutes. I thought it was really fun just because they don't celebrate here. So it's a nice way for them to kind of celebrate in their own way. I mean, I wish I knew a bit more. I wish I could like, cook them cookies and decorate it and stuff, but I really didn't know how. Some of my friends have been like, unpeeling grapes and put it into a bowl and make the kids put their hands in it to guess what it is. I didn't do that because if someone gave that to me to touch, I'd be like, no. So I'm a big pussy. And then I thought it was just really fun because I told my students the day before to like, if you have a costume, please dress up, please bring anything. And then most of my kids said they do have stuff they always wanted to wear, but they don't have a chance to wear it because they don't celebrate Halloween here. So they're really excited to like, just wear it. Like one kid today, he came in like a black skeleton hoodie thingy, and it was just so cute. And he said that he never gets to wear it. So I'll also post some pictures along with this video on my blog down here. So pretty much the point of my video is that if you ever have a chance, if you ever teach abroad, not just in Korea or Seoul, and Halloween's coming around, even though if you never really celebrated it, or you don't really know much about, which I don't really. I mean, it's just nice to bring it to your classroom, just because it's kind of a cultural exchange. It's kind of fun for the kids to do something that they don't normally get to do. That, I mean, like for me, it was a big part of my childhood. Like Halloween's probably one of my favorite holidays, and I'm actually kind of sad that it's over this year, but that's life. So yeah, that's my video. Bye guys.